What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. So we're going to start this one off with an update from Ling Yan, and yes, I probably butchered that name a bit. He goes by Shouming Yan on Instagram, and you guys, this guy is just unbelievable. This physique definitely falls within the spectrum of overwhelming size, but it's not just the size here. There's a lot of roundness to Shouming Yan through the shoulders and arms, and I mean the quad sweep is just insane. I was really kind of blown away when I saw this update. Now, we last saw Shouming Yan on stage at the 2022 Romania Muscle Fest, and he really turned some heads at that show. Some of you guys might remember. Mark's Max Muscle actually reported on him at the time. We'll see Shouming Yan on stage at the Flex Weekend Pro in Italy on September 10th. And you know, the only thing I'd really like to see from Shouming Yan is improvement in his conditioning, and I think he needs to bring up his back. Maybe he needs to improve on his posing it a little bit as well. But look, if he can show up with an insane level of conditioning to go along with his insane amount of muscle and proportions, who knows what kind of potential this guy could have. Alright, next up, Kerrith Bajjo has been dropping some very impressive physique updates lately, and what we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen, is a bodybuilder with a level of hard, grainy muscle that you will not see from the majority of bodybuilding competitors out there, period. This is an insane physique, you guys. And the crazy thing is, he's only around 223 pounds right now. And I was actually talking to Kerrith, and he told me he expects to be around 209 on stage this year, something like that. So with room to grow in the 212 division, this is a competitor that could change the game in 212 this year. Kerrith made a serious statement when he took home the 212 New York Pro title earlier this year, and that statement is that he's coming to push for that Olympia title. He's staying within striking distance of his weight cap, he's got a whole new mindset going into the Olympia this year, and he's got a ton of momentum behind him. So watch out for Kerrith Bajjo, he's really bringing a whole new level this time around. Alright, next up, we have a physique update here from none other than the mutant himself, Nick Walker. And you guys, it's pretty incredible how Nick just keeps managing to become more and more of a freak in bodybuilding. But of course, that's been the plan ever since the Arnold earlier this year. And I do think that Nick is the biggest freak in bodybuilding right now. When it comes to just sheer mass and hard, grainy muscle, nobody outdoes Nick, especially in the upper body. It looks like Nick is still hitting legs at least twice a week right now, and I think he is lean enough for us to tell if he's made any progress in his legs since the Arnold. I mean, we all know he's been doing anything in his power to bring up that imbalance. He's been doing the RP app, the Renaissance Periodization app, and training with Jared Feather, and really concentrating on the squeeze and the range of motion in the legs to just really try and bring up that quad sweep. And I would honestly say, I think the legs have come up, but I don't think it's enough yet. It's just that quad sweep from the front that Nick needs, and I still think it's just a little bit out of balance. His upper body probably grew a bit as well. That really seems to be inevitable for Nick, but either way, Nick is still looking very impressive, and he's the first athlete I've seen announce that he's starting his Olympia prep. Nick says that he just does better overall when he's in prep, so we'll see if beginning his prep this far out of the Olympia pays off. And let me know in the comments below where you guys see Nick placing this year at the 2023 Olympia. Alright, last up, I wanted to weigh in on this whole Bob Cicherillo versus Dave Palumbo thing here, you guys. I've been watching the guys over at Muscle Discord weigh in on it too. Great channel, you guys should go and check them out. So look, Bob and Dave have been going back and forth taking shots at each other, which are both honestly demeaning and a little bit hilarious to watch, because this is just so childish.
Bob was lying. Now, why would Bob lie? Well, because Bob's ego is so great that he didn't like the fact that I made a valid point and made him look ridiculous. So he said, you know what? I have to discredit Dave, so I will lie. However, the lie hurts the competitors. Why does it hurt the competitors? Because now the competitors who have watched his video think that they're being judged on their legs when they're not, because the judges, quote, don't look at legs.
Dave, you've made a whole career out of lying. A lie would be doing something like, I don't know, selling fake GH to your friends and people. By the way, you are the last guy on this earth who should ever be giving advices to any athletes out there about how to look on stage, when the very physique that you put out there on stage looks like the guy that should have been down at the town square ringing church bells. Okay, so Do yourself a favor and just stick to your formulations and everything else that you do.
So this war of words all circulates around the men's physique division and the new weight caps that are being implemented as announced by Tyler Mannion. So look, I'll give you guys a quick recap here. I'm not going to rehash out every single insult thrown back and forth. We'd be here all day. But basically, what happened is that Dave said in one of his videos that the men's physique guys are going to stop training their legs to gain more of the upper body size since, the legs aren't judged in men's physique. Bob made a claim that the legs actually are judged and that Dave should check with a judge to really confirm this. So that's exactly what Dave did. Dave claimed to reach out to what he called a head judge or leading judge or however he put it, and Dave was told by this unnamed judge that, quote unquote, we don't judge the legs. So Bob went and dusted off the old IFBB rule book and shows that it reads that the entire physique is actually judged in men's physique, including the legs, and that Dave was asking the wrong question or had worded the question incorrectly. Then he took shots at Dave's physique from when he competed, and look, that's what's going on here, you guys, basically. Go watch the videos if you want all the details and trash talk and all that, but really this does beg the question, are the legs judged in men's physique? And it actually sounds ridiculous to ask that question, but this is where we're at, you guys. And I think the answer to that question, regardless of what Bob says, the answer is no. The legs can't be judged. They are covered by the board shorts. How can you judge a body part that you can't see? This is something that's been well understood in men's physique from the beginning, at least I thought. You can't judge a body part that you can't see. Now, with that being said, I get what Bob is saying about seeing the entire silhouette of the physique and how you could see an imbalance overall regardless of if the legs are covered or not. But this is honestly just kind of ridiculous, you guys. You can't see the legs, so how can you judge the legs? And I do think that Dave is right here. I think you will see guys sacrifice leg size in order to gain more size in the upper body. I'm not saying guys will stop training legs completely, but the emphasis in men's physique was always on the upper body. And now, I just think that you're going to see even more of an emphasis on that and less on the legs in men's physique. But I do think these guys will find a balance here, even with the weight cap. Just look at a guy like Julian Colley. Now, to me, this is a really good representation of a men's physique athlete, and I don't think that he would have trouble making the weight cap, and he has good balance for the men's physique division, including the lower body. Nice certified unit t-shirt too, actually. So look, you guys, that's really how I see it here. Let me know what you guys think of this battle between Bob and Dave. What do you think will be the outcome of these weight caps for the men's physique division? And are you on Team Bob or Team Dave? Let me know who's the biggest child in the comments below. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.